Gentlemen, after tonight, you will never see Star Wars the same way again.
Uh-oh. Hey everyone, welcome back to another EU-tastic episode of Empire Radio. I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Drew.
And we are back with EU with Andrew.
We're back.
As you can see in the title of this episode.
I'm also
And
just here. So if you've gotten this far and you missed the title, I'm just
yeah.
That's fair.
And tonight will be a much more lighthearted, hopefully, episode of EU with Andrew. Not so Yuzong Vong meet ships and weird, crazy stuff from the EU like last time.
Did you say meat ships?
Yeah, that's what they were, right?
Weren't they physical?
They were more like coral rock. I don't know if meat's the word.
I don't know. They looked like meat from the outside, like some raw ground beef formed into the shape of a ship.
You would.
But if you want to know if you don't know what you're talking about, go back. Was it the New Jedi Order series? Was that what it was?
Yeah.
That was
like 4 episodes.
4 episodes, almost 4 hours each, so 16 hours of nonstop entertainment.
Yeah, it was good.
But
it was like an eternity ago that I read those.
Yeah, that was March when we started that, so that's been a hot minute, as the kids would say.
No, they say 6-7 now.
Oh,
no. No, we're not. We're not doing
Hot
that
take anymore.
So, just a reminder of the schedule moving forward. Off next week because Stranger Things, the first 4 episodes drop next Wednesday, and I want to watch that more than I want to spend time with Drew talking.
Wow.
He said the quiet part out loud for that one.
I'm pretty sure I'm coming to your house to watch the episode.
Dude, I wish I could do that. I wish I could come to y'all's houses.
You could.
You could.
No.
Book a flight, take time off.
Yeah, it's expensive.
So it's not that you can't, it's just that you won't.
I was just in Minneapolis, by the way.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
And I was not in Minneapolis when you were in there.
Wait, were you really not?
No, because I would have worked your flight.
Oh, it is funny.
I saw your gate. I was like, bro, I would.
Dude, it was funny because I was like, when we were sitting there, I was by the window both times. And I looked at Micaiah. I was like, I wonder if I'm going to see Drew. Like, how crazy would it be if I just saw? Because I was gonna take a picture of you and text it to you and be like, yo, but no.
I would have been mad, and then I would have walked on your plane and talked to you. But
anyway, schedule moving forward. So off next week. Then the week after that, we are doing top 5 Chewbacca moments. Now that we've been kind of doing character top 5s.
It'll be a hairy episode.
Heyo. Then after that,
thank you.
We have a book review for Master of Evil. And so that's the new Darth Vader book that just came out last week or 2 weeks ago, or whatever it was. And Audible, 99 cents a month for 3 months. So if you want to get the audiobook for this, it's super cheap right now. So 99 cents, get that done.
And if you sign up and you already had a previous account, you get additional $20 purchase. So technically, you get additional book.
I did not know that. So do that too. And then after that, we're taking 3 weeks off because I want to. And it's Christmas, and I'm busy with work. And
he said, I have things I'd rather do than hang out with Drew on here.
Yep. And then the first episode of 2026, it will be a YouTube exclusive. We will be doing Stranger Things 5 season review, series review. It shall be fun. That's all for schedule stuff. Last week, we finished up our Visions Volume 3 breakdown, so go check that out if you've missed that. Andrew, did you watch Volume 3 yet?
I don't have Disney Plus at this time. Is it good? Is it good?
No.
You should watch it. Well, I think you'll like it better than.
Wait, are you being serious, Jeremiah?
It was not that great.
Not the best.
It was not the best.
What about the Ronin follow-up? That had to have been good. Dang.
It was interesting. Like,
it was unique.
R.I.P. I guess.
I don't know.
There weren't like every season. There's ones that like stand out. They're like top tier
Yeah.
things, and then this one it was just pretty flat all the way across. There was one thing that I said
There was a couple fun episodes,
the
but
worst
like,
thing in all of Star Wars was the final episode.
and I actually disagree.
That's a large statement.
It's
Is it worse than the holiday special?
let's just say there's no dialogue and there's jazz music the entire time.
Okay, that's not always bad.
But also add in an acid trip at the same time.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, is it the Stormtrooper one?
Yeah,
I heard about that. I heard it was weird.
it's very weird, but if you understand like what's happening, it makes it better.
Which no one understands it really unless you like read the behind the scenes stuff about
Which
it.
I did because I was like, this is dumb. And then Steph's like reads it and she's like, it's more like a Japanese folklore thing. And then I was like, wait, actually, this is kind of cool. But if you have no idea what's happening, yeah, it's just. Yeah.
But
you should watch it.
You should at least watch the Ninth Jedi sequel episode because that.
Isn't that getting a series or something?
They're doing the mini series for next year sometime, so it's kind of like a hinge of like transitioning to the series. So
cool.
But that's it for announcements. So, Andrew, you with Andrew, we're doing something special, a fun episode. Take it away.
All right. So this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a lot of fun. This is not serious. But tonight we're gonna be covering, I would say arguably, if you were to accept these stories as canon, two of the most influential people in all of Star Wars. All right?
Really?
Yeah. No, I'm not joking. So for those of you who, so like if you are the type of person that really, really loves the fan theory that Rex is on Endor in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
You're going to love this episode because that's basically what this entire series is. All right. And I must say it's brilliant. All right. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get down to business. All right.
To defeat the Hans.
Oh yeah.
The Hans.
All right. Can everybody see my screen?
It's coming up. There it is.
Yeah. All right. So tonight we are going to be discussing the legend of Tag and Bink.
And that one guy definitely missed leg day.
Yeah. Yeah.
John Jones of Star Wars.
Now this is a very niche story. It was a run from Dark Horse Comics. I think it was like 2001 and 2006, and then they like re-released it in 2018 as like an omnibus thing. But it was a special edition run. It's relatively short.
So you said it was comics?
It is comics, yeah.
Okay.
And they're quite rare. They're kind of hard to get. But this is a fun story.
Is the omnibus hard to get to, or just
I don't know
the individual?
I just know that it's finding these, like, I don't think they're re-releasing them as like the Legends. Like, you go to Barnes and Noble and they've got like the Legend Omnibus series. I don't think they've done that with this one. And maybe at the end of this you'll understand why. I don't know, but anyways, it's a lot of fun. Now, before we dive in, I want to give two shout outs. The first shout out is to YouTuber Austin McConnell, who was the way that I found out about this. I did not know this story existed. I came across this YouTube video a year or two ago at least. I was just like watching Star Wars lore videos, and I found this one, and I was like, the guys who cause basically every problem in Star Wars, like that's a tall order right there. And I watched it, and I was like, honestly, this is the coolest thing ever. And then obviously, shout out to Kevin Rubio here down in the bottom. That's actually the author, the writer of the story, and he's in comics. Here's some things. Where? Okay. Here's what you need to know about these. They're not serious. They're full of Easter eggs. I wouldn't say it's parody, but it's very silly stuff. All right. So, two of the most important beings in the whole galaxy Question mark. At the end of this, I'll let you both decide. All right? Brooke, prepare yourself.
Okay.
All right?
We will.
So a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, we're going to dive right in to the beginning of A New Hope. All right? Okay. So we're on the Tantive 4. The stormtroopers are flooding the hallway. R2 and D3PO. Wow. R2 and C3 are going crazy. And we focus on two. Can you see my cursor on the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
I can.
Sweet. That's
if you're watching
good.
on YouTube, you can't. Sorry.
That's okay. But you'll see these two guys right here that are hiding in the doorway. And the guy's like, hey, come on, man, who wants to be a hero? And they're like, not us. So these two guys run away. Right? And they find themselves in a hallway, a dark hallway, with none other than C3PO, right? Already kind of in the middle of the action, right? But what hallway do you think they're in? They're in the hallway just out of shot from where Leia is giving R2 the plans. All right. And so C3PO is like, hey, sorry for scaring you guys. And they're like, yo, we need to get out of here. We're trying to get it caught. C3PO talks like he normally does. He runs his mouth. And because he's running his mouth, these are two heroes here, Tag and Bink, get caught by the stormtroopers. C3PO gets away. They get caught. This is very important. One of these days, I'm going to kill that droid. One of them says, I do not remember which one is Tag and which one is Bink. But honestly,
it doesn't. Slides, like in the dialogue,
it is, but like it's honestly not that important. I'm gonna be real with you. You just need to know that there's two of them and stuff happens. Like the story is fun, but honestly, the story isn't even as important as the way that they intersect with the overall story of the original trilogy. All right.
So maybe I'm jumping the gun. You're getting to this. So was this interaction, did this like delay the troopers from getting to Leia before she was able to pass the plans on to R2-D2?
I'm going to say yeah.
So like if they weren't there, they would have caught the plans, and
it's not explicitly stated, but with this series, it would not be a disservice to it for me to just say yes and assume that, because.
And this is kind of going to be funny because this is last February for our book review for Valentine's Day, we did Lost Stars, and the two main characters in there are together in different spots during the original trilogy during all the events.
Yep.
And so then I'm thinking these two guys are going to be at the same two events that the other characters in the canon book.
But you will see that these are more they're more central to the story. A lot rides on these two guys if you accept it as canon. All right. So anyways, they're in the hallway with Leia and R2.
At one point, this was canon.
I'm going to be real with you, dude. I don't think this was ever canon. Like even in the context of the expanded universe, this was, I think, generally looked at as like, nah, this is just a joke.
Okay.
But I don't. I have things that I want to say, but if I say them now, it'll give things away later. So I'll hold on to those. But basically, you're going to see reoccurring moments that these two characters intersect with, and it's a lot of fun. So they're in the hallway with Princess Leia and R2-D2 just out of frame here. They're talking to C3PO. C3PO gets them taken by stormtroopers because of his mouth. They end up talking to the stormtrooper. They get away from the stormtroopers, and they're like, "Hey, I've got an idea." Huh?
The horse.
That's the Dark Horse logo.
Oh.
Yeah, it's full, dude. This is full of Easter eggs for other things.
Okay.
In the actual comic too. So they get away from the stormtrooper, and they're like, "Yo, I've got an idea. What a better way to hide from the enemy than hide right underneath their noses?" And so they steal a couple of stormtrooper outfits, sets of armor. They end up on the Devastator, and they end up going to the Death Star. So now they're on the Death Star.
So wait, so I'm guessing this is a different issue, like comic issue. Like how do they go from
Vader
So
Intercepted.
they were all on the Tantive 4.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, the
And they
Empire
got-
caught them.
But then they escaped.
Yeah.
Oh,
So what they did was when the stormtrooper caught him in the hallway, the stormtrooper,
Yeah.
you know, the little unit of stormtroopers, and they're talking to him. They trick him, they take him out, and they're like, instead of running away with the rebels because the rebels are caught, we're just going to throw on these stormtrooper costumes and just blend in with the enemy and then get away later. And so they end up on the Devastator. Also, by proximity, they go back to the Death Star. All right, so now they're on the Death Star, which just so happens to be where a lot of the story takes place in A New Hope, right? So they're walking along. Where are we going to go? One of them says, anywhere but here. This is a bad idea for the get-go, but you're on a space station in the middle of nowhere. No, in the middle of a space station, nowhere would be preferable to here. And they're talking about trying to get away. They're just back and forth. Again, the banter really doesn't matter. But then you see, wait, what is this? You see 2 Imperial guards bringing in Princess Leia. And you're like, oh, shoot, she's been captured, right? So I wonder what's going to happen next. Well, so they find 2 TIE fighters. I didn't want to put the entire comic in here for the sake of time, but they find 2 TIE fighters, and they're like, you know what? We're going to put on these TIE pilot uniforms. We're going to get into TIE fighters, and we're going to go away. And, Alderaan is right there. Like, that's weird.
Oh, my.
They're literally like, we should go to Alderaan, and one of them's like, what are the chances of Alderaan just being that close by that we can get there in a short range fighter? And then it appears outside of the window. So they get in the TIE fighters and they go out into space, and they're going to Alderaan. And then they're like, Alderaan's not gonna be very kind to 2 TIE fighters. Like, what about planetary defense? And he's like, no worries. Alderaan is a peaceful planet, no weapons. Oh, that's good. And he's like, hey, Bink, yeah, do you hear a humming sound? Oops, Alderaan's gone. So Alderaan gets destroyed right in front of them. Okay, so that plan backfires. Now, have you ever wondered in A New Hope
Oh, heck no.
why there are random TIE fighters after the destruction of Alderaan just flying over the Millennium Falcon? So Millennium Falcon comes out of hyperspace, right, into the debris field of Alderaan, and all of a sudden the TIE fighter flies over. I've got a screenshot. If you can't see it, you should go watch it on YouTube. There's a screenshot of the actual moment from the movie. You're like, what is this TIE fighter doing in here? Like, has no one ever wondered that? Because it's a good question. Like, why is this like one random TIE fighter out in the middle of nowhere, right where the Millennium Falcon comes out of hyperspace, right?
Yeah.
Well, I've got an answer for you. It's Tag and Bink. So they come out. One of them flies over the Millennium Falcon, and they're like, Tag, a YT-1300 just dropped out of light speed on your 6, pull up. And he's like, well, whatever you do, don't go back to the Death Star. And there's a moment in the film, you'll notice that Han Solo says, jam his comlinks, center switch. So they jam the comlinks, right? And he's like, don't go back to the Death Star. But all the other one hears is, well, you go back Death Star. And he's like, okay, you're the man with the plan. And the other one's like, dude, what are you doing? But I'm going to follow you back. And so, the Millennium Falcon follows the TIE fighter back at the Death Star. Well, that was the reason why they followed them to the Death Star, because one of them had their comlink jammed, and instead of hearing go back to the Death Star, he heard go to the Death Star, and so he led the Millennium Falcon in. And that's how the Millennium Falcon got to the Death Star. I'm telling you, these might be the 2 most important people in all of Star Wars. All right? Pretty fun, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then they get back. They get put on guard duty. And who would have thought they end up being the 2 on guard around the tractor beam device that Obi-Wan has to turn off? And it's funny when you read the dialogue in the comic. I had to cut off some of it for the sake of time, but when you read the dialogue in the comic, it's the exact same dialogue that you hear in the movie. Like, have you heard about the new T-16, blah, 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 blah? He's like, yeah, some of the other guys are telling me about it. It's literally the 2 of them talking in the comic. Here it is. Do you know what's going on? Have you seen that new BT-16? Maybe it's another drill. Yeah, some of the other guys just say about it, and then you see over here Obi-Wan is just yoink. He's just running away in the top right here. Now you'll notice. So they're like, oh, okay, now we got to get out of here. So let's go grab a couple of TIE fighter uniforms, grab a couple of ships, and like let's actually get out of here now. Well, you'll notice that they're in a hallway with Darth Vader, and all of a sudden he's like, several fighters have broken off from the main group. Come with me. Which is a moment from the actual movie.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, so he walks up to two TIE fighter pilots and he's like, yo, this is during the attack, mind you. And he's like, some fighters have broken off from the main group. And he gets those two TIE fighter pilots. And now it is interesting. I watched this moment to get the screenshot. You never see the TIE fighter pilot. So if Vader comes in, right, and it's kind of a low angle and you're looking up at him and you stop, he's in center frame and you're looking up at him. So you don't see what's on the other side of the camera until he turns around and these two pilots walk out. But it's that same line. All right. So presumably this is Tag and Bink. One of them hits Vader's TIE interceptor. The rest is history. The Death Star gets destroyed. So presumably, Vader's TIE advance, the reason, the guy that says look out and hits him, that's one of the two of them. Again, two of the most important people in all of Star Wars.
All right.
So are we tracking with what's happening right now?
Yep.
Basically, these took things that were happening just off screen or minor characters, and they were like, what if it was them? What if there was an unseen force actually pulling the strings? Not Darth Jar Jar. Actually pulling the strings and affecting everything that happened in the original trilogy.
But like in a way of like on accident.
Yeah, kind of. End?
They're the Forrest Gumps of
for real. The end, question mark? No, not the end. You've been tricked. Haha. Take that. So they actually weren't. Thanks. So they actually weren't the two TIE fighter pilots. They were right behind the two TIE fighter pilots. And they go and they steal an Imperial shuttle. And what would be the name of the Imperial shuttle they stole, mind you? It's the shuttle Tidarium. Does that ring any bells?
Is that Vader's shuttle?
No.
I don't know my ships. Sorry.
The Tidarium from Return of the Jedi? The one Luke, Han, and Leia used to infiltrate the Forest Moon of Endor that they stole? You ever wonder where that came from? Tag and Bink.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty cool, huh?
Yep.
Pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna keep on going. So they're like, all right, we need to go back to Yavin 4 because that's where the base was, obviously. Now it's been some time. During the explosion, the shuttle, like I think the hyperdrive gets knocked out or something. The sublights are damaged, and so like it takes them a while.
Hold on. What is up with those masks?
Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that's just like thrown in there. So they get back to the temple on Yavin 4, and they're like, yo. Must have been one heck of a party. Hey, looks like someone forgot something. And they're like, what is it? And it's Chewie's medal. That's why Chewie never got a medal. Someone lost it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see what's going on here? See what's going on here? And so all of a sudden, someone shows up and starts firing on them. And it's none other than Boba Fett. Trying to find Han. Boba Fett. Funny you should say that. There's a moment for that later too, but it's none other than Boba Fett, and they accidentally take him out by cutting a pillar with a laser, and then it falls on him. And basically, it's kind of it's a really short moment, but they tie him up and they leave him tied up on Yavin 4, and he's like, "Do you know, like untie me? Do you know who I am?" And he's like, one of them's like, yes, but you don't know who we are, and that's an advantage. And then they fly off in the shuttle Tidarium.
Fun.
Now, some time passes, and my question for both of you is, in The Empire Strikes Back, have you ever wondered why C-3PO just gets shot randomly? seems kind of random.
Right.
See, like, but because when you think about it, you might be like, well, it's the Empire. This is stormtroopers hiding, and they don't want to. But like, they don't know that that's C-3PO. There's a lot of gold protocol droids in the galaxy, right?
So it's not like he has his red arm where they wouldn't recognize
exactly.
him. So.
That's what I'm saying, right? And so like, or like a name tag, and so like, you could argue that maybe it's because they didn't want to witness. Maybe. But like, really, it's kind of a mystery. Well, boy, have I got an explanation for you. It was tagging me. So as the main gang is walking through Cloud City, you see them as stormtroopers just in the background here. And they go into the one specific closet that C-3PO walks into to take off their armor. And if you remember, C-3PO was the one who got them caught. And you remember the line where I think it was Bink says, "I'm going to kill that droid."
Yeah.
Well, he gets his moment here.
Oh,
dang.
So he blows up C-3PO. And he's like, "What did you do that for?" And he's like, "Man, that's the same droid that got us caught on the Tantive 4. Lando's not going to like this." And he's like, "Oh, like he's going to find out." Well, Lando does find out. So they know Lando, by the way. And Lando finds out. And Lando's like, "Look, if you want to get back in my good graces, I need you to watch this princess and her crew, and I need you to watch over them and take care of them, basically. All right?" So they happen to see them in the hallway. And he's like, "Isn't that them?" And it's like, "Great, now what do we do?" And he's like, "Follow me." Well, they end up in the carbonite freezing chamber. And you'll notice here on the screen that they're in the far left of this shot here. And then he's like, "Okay, so on 3, I want you to blah, 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 blah." C-3PO starts talking to him, and he's like, one more word, and I'll shoot you again. And so they're going to like try to grab Chewie and Han and kind of get them out of there, right? Well, if you remember something, there's a moment where a stormtrooper tries to put binders on Chewie, and he knocks him off the carbonite freezing chamber like ledge. That's one of them. That was part of their plan that didn't go well. Okay, so Chewie knocks them off, whole plan's foiled, and the whole thing in Empire Strikes Back happens, and they wake up. It's like the Empire's taking control of the city. I advise everyone to leave before more Imperial troops arrive. That's from Lando. I don't remember if you remember him doing the announcement in the Empire Strikes Back, but he's like, "We're dead if we don't get to our shuttle. Come on, get up." That's Empire. Empire doesn't have a ton going on in it, not going to lie. I was really hoping that they were going to show up in like Hoth or something, but that whole thing with Yavin 4 was happening during the Battle of Hoth, basically. So, not the end. Any questions so far?
No.
Like I said, not very serious.
It would have been funny if they were like witnessing Vader versus Luke or something like that, or like they
like on Cloud City, like
or like they get the saber like when his hand gets cut off, like they're down
they're the one that caught it.
Oh, look at this, guys!
Funny you should say Luke versus Vader,
or like they like find the saber and there's a hand and they like peel the hand off.
Yeah. Again, I don't even know how long this episode's gonna actually be, but it's
short's fine.
It's a fun story, but there's not a ton to it. I'm gonna be real with you. All right, we ready to move on to Return of the Jedi?
Yep.
All right, so our story opens up on Tatooine. Now, there's a lot of dialogue here. There are a few things in the background that are worth pointing out. We've got Bob's Big Boy, the burger guy here. We've got what's his name? Ponda Baba. Ponda Baba.
Yeah,
his arm is gone.
Yeah.
We've got this random lady here, and she's important because Lando is here to contact her for 2 reasons. All right. One, they are trying to meet a contact to get the plans for the second Death Star. And 2, she's going to help them get into Slave One, Boba Fett's starship, to see if Han, frozen in carbonite, is on there. They're trying to get back Han. All right. So we've got these 2 objectives. We've got 1, we need to get the plans. 2, we need to get Han. All right. So they get impatient and they come up to Lando and they're like, dude, you need to hurry up. Stop trying to hit on this woman. And he's like, great. You just scared off our contact. And now you're going to have to help me try to get into Boba Fett's ship. So they go to the hangar. They distract Boba Fett. Lando goes in. He's like, hey, Han's not in there. And then it's like plan B. And he just bonks Boba Fett upside the head. And they take his armor. And they leave him tied up in Mos Eisley in a storage container. All right.
Fun.
Now, you'll notice two things here. Tag is Boba Fett now. And Bink happens to be disguised as this gentleman with the little horns on his helmet and the thing over his face.
Yep.
Does that look familiar to you? Okay, it will. Anyways,
yes.
so they're there. So they're there when Princess Leia comes in. She gets caught. They're there when Luke gets thrown to the Rancor. And then they're also there on Jabba's sail barge. Now, here is my question, gentlemen. Have you ever wondered why Boba Fett, one of the best bounty hunters in the entire galaxy, would be so easily taken down by a blind Han Solo? Boy, have I got an answer for you. It's because it wasn't Boba Fett. Boba Fett never would have been caught by that, all right? It wasn't Boba Fett. It was Tag, who was posing as Boba Fett, all right?
That's interesting.
So, yeah, so they're talking right here, and they're talking to R2-D2, and he's like, yeah, so apparently the Jedi boys got the whole thing taken care of. We just have to wait for the signal. And he's like, that isn't really reassuring. And then they're commentating on Luke's lightsaber style. And they're like, what type of lightsaber style is that? He's just waving around like a wampa. Yeah, he didn't even notice Lando taking a head or wait here, I'll be right back. So he tries to go tell Luke about Lando. And that's when Luke cuts the blaster in half. And then Han hits the jetpack and sends him flying. You remember this guy? You remember this guy right here? The guy who shoots Luke in the hand on top of the sail barge? Does that outfit look familiar to you? Huh?
Uh-huh.
Does
it look familiar?
Show the picture, yep.
Yep. So he goes, oh no, Tag. That's it. Jedi or not, Farm Boy's getting a timeout. He's like, aim for the saber, and then he accidentally shoots him in the hand. And then, of course, Leia does the cannon and the sail barge blows up, and they both end up in the sand. So that was him. That was Bink in Star Wars, in the movie. So then they find themselves tied up in a spaceport back in Tatooine. And
how does he get out of the Starlight pit?
Huh?
How
Well,
do you get the Starlight pit?
Jetpack.
Okay.
Listen, don't think we're not thinking too much about this, okay? It's just a fun story. They both get out. They're tied up by this bounty hunter. Come to find out, it's the woman from earlier. She thinks it's Boba Fett. She's an ex-girlfriend of Boba Fett. She's trying to get him back for something. And he's like, I'm not actually Boba Fett. And he takes his helmet on. She's like, oh, you guys are cool. Okay, cool. And she's like, by the way, you're the two rebel agents, right? And they're like, yep. And she's like, okay, good. I've got the contact you need to meet. His name's Manny. All right. And this is Manny. And he's a short guy. And he's like, so you have the, if you have the tapes, he's like right here. He's like, so Manny, what's so important to warrant dragging us to the outer rim, this outer rim rock? And he's like, I've got the plans to a battle station. So then as they're talking about this, who shows up?
But Boba Fett.
A Boba Fett in his underwear. And he's pissed. And it's worth noting that he has one of the clone trooper blasters.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you guys can see in the hole that he burnt in the wall here, but that's definitely Sebulba and Watto in the background. So she's like, hey, get to the shuttle. I'll hold Boba Fett off. And she's like chasing him around. And they get up into the shuttle Tidarium and they're like, okay, great. We're good. And he's like, hey, Manny, you okay? And Manny has a hole inside of him from the blaster shot, like a literal hole.
Entire chest cavity.
Yeah, it's like a cartoon when like someone punches a big chunk of someone's body out in like a hole.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So he's like, I don't think I'm going to make it. And Manny dies. Manny dies.
It literally says, I don't think I'm going to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and so,
no.
yeah. So he's got a big old hole in him. So they're on the shuttle Tidarium. They've got the tapes, but their contact is dead. Poor Manny, right? Many Bothans died to bring us this information. That's what Mon Mothma says in Return of the Jedi, right?
Yep.
Nope, it's Manny Both Hands. That's the character's name. Manny Both Hands.
Oh, God.
I thought it was Bothans. Nope,
Okay.
it was this one guy, and his name was Manny. And so when she said Manny Bothans, because you never, if you don't watch the subtitles, it could be Manny Both Hands. Just saying it differently. So that was this guy. And Tag and Bink were the ones who got the plans of the second Death Star and the shuttle Tidarium to the Rebels.
Wow.
Yeah. You like that?
Yeah.
That's my favorite one so far.
Manny Both Hands.
So dumb.
Yet so good.
Yeah.
Yet so good. All right.
It's like Lego Star Wars before Lego Star Wars came out.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
even
this
worse.
is.
But it's arguably worse. So, anyways, so there's another intersection with the main story. Now, Mon Mothma tells him, she's like, look, if he doesn't show back up to because he's a defector. Manny was a defector to bring them the plans. And she's like, if he doesn't show up, if you don't bring the body back to him and act like, like the rebels assassinated and you're bringing it back, they're going to get really suspicious and blah, 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 blah. So she's like, you got to take his body back. So they end up taking the body back. They leave the shuttle and they somehow get his body back to the Empire. And the Empire is so excited and so appreciative of this. They give them a promotion. They're not even Imperial, but they give them a promotion. And what do you think is one of the highest honors you can have in the Imperial service?
Praetorian guards in the red robes. Is that what we get?
You would be correct, Jeremiah. Defending the Emperor himself. So if you notice, there's 2 Imperial guards by the elevator in the background of Return of the Jedi. That's Tag and Bink, y'all. That's Tag and Bink. So they, the doors open and Luke and Vader come in. He's like, that's his son. He's like, well, that explains his short temper. LOL. Luke's short. And then he's like, guards, leave us, which actually happens in the movie. That's the second screenshot I've got on this. So the first one is him walking in. And then the one below that is the actual guards from Return of the Jedi leaving after he says, guards, leave us. He's like, finally. And they get to the back of the elevator and he's like, where's the other elevator? And he's like, what other elevator? He's like, there's only one. He's like, don't look at me. I was following your lead. So when the guardians walked around the back, there's just not another. They have to stand there. And they have to stand there through the entire fight between Luke and Vader. Because when you're like, it would be funny if they witnessed Luke and Vader fighting. Yeah. He's like, well, we have to go back around. He's like, we can't do that. We'd look stupid. We've been doing such a fine job of looking intelligent up to this point. He's like, fine, after you. And they come around the corner and they're having the lightsaber duel of all lightsaber duels. He's like, on second thought, yeah, we better wait. And he's like, Father, please. Sounds like Vader's kicking his butt. Shouldn't we help him? He's like, no, this is a family squabble. Stay out of it. And the Emperor goes over the balcony into the reactor pit. He's like, now's our chance. Go. You've got to be kidding me. The Emperor is dead. The elevator will be back up. What could possibly go wrong? And that's a theme. Like, how hard could it be? What could possibly go wrong is like a thing that's said right before something changes drastically out of their favor. Well, the second Death Star blows up. And if you notice something, at the bottom of this cell, they're Force ghosts. What? They're Force ghosts, and they're in Jedi robes. Right off screen, right outside of the group of Anakin, the 2 Anakins, which are here by the way, which is funny, Yoda and Obi-Wan, that Luke sees at the end of Return of the Jedi, just out of frame.
2 Anakin.
I didn't even know it's the 2 Anakins.
Yeah, it's funny. Also, in this shot right here, Yogi Bear is in here having the celebration with them. There's a lot of like little things that are throughout here. But anyways, so you're like, wait a second. why would they be Force ghosts? Why would they be in Jedi robes? Is that a humorous device just for the ending of this story? Or does it mean something bigger?
It probably means something bigger.
Boy, are you correct. Burr, 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 burr. The story doesn't end there. We're going to go back in time, y'all. Okay.
Is that Finding Nemo?
It is Finding
Dory?
Nemo. Listen. We're going back in time. We're going back in time. You're probably like, wait, how can they be Jedi? We're about to find out. Okay.
Of Nemo
And you're going to have all of these questions like, how did they survive Order 66? All this stuff. Okay?
Also, the Wicked poster.
Yeah. Yeah. So for those of you who aren't watching, who are just listening, the scene, this part of this flashback, this backstory, opens up on an outdoor shot.
Oh, look, it's
opera.
Annie, little Annie.
Yeah. So it opens up on
Boss Nass too.
Yeah,
yes.
the
But it looks
Gungan
like
King,
the Lion King.
the Gungan King. So it opens up on the opera where Palpatine and Anakin go in Revenge of the Sith, but there's all these posters. So it's got like the menace of the opera, and there's a stormtrooper helmet. Jedi on the roof, it's Yoda. The Gungan King, it's Boss Nass. Wicked, but it's Palpatine and a clone trooper. And then there's Annie, and it's little Annie.
What does the one above Wicked say? Is that
Arabesh? It's Arabesh, but I don't know what it says.
The mask is supposed to be like...
What's the title of a movie that's...
Rent. I bet it's Rent.
Yeah.
I bet you anything that's Rent. That's hilarious.
Look up Arabish, everybody in chat. How do you...
Etsy says this is peak literature. It is. It honestly is. It doesn't get much better than this.
It's so funny because it's like all these musicals, but then like...
Well, it's the opera. It's a musical venue.
I want the Wicked one that's like Palpatine. Or the little Annie one.
Yeah.
Like that would be a dope poster. Like someone needs to make those.
So you'll notice here that in the big bubbles that you see in the opera, they did put the cast from Finding Nemo in, which is quite prophetic, if I do say so myself.
Because this is before Disney.
I think it was before Disney, yeah. So anyways, this scene plays out like we know it to play out for these next few cells here. Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? No, I thought not. It's a story the Jedi would tell you. It's a Sith legend. Darth Plagueis was a Dark Lord of the Sith, so powerful and wise. He could use the Force to influence the midichlorians to create life. He had such a knowledge of the dark side. Now, you might be wondering, what does this have to do with Tag and Bink?
I can see.
You can see?
In the background.
Also, who are the three people?
I think they're writers or like illustrators or something. They just put themselves in. But here's the thing. What does this have to do with Tag and Bink, you might ask? Well, come to find out, but not even Plagueis the Wise, nor his successor could see the far-reaching effects that his midichlorian manipulation would have on many individuals across the galaxy. In the Alderaan system, Plagueis' action was raise the midichlorian levels in a newborn baby, just enough to cause visiting Jedi to take notice. On the planet of Corellia, what?
Is that...
Yeah, Jay and Silent Bob, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I just saw that.
Yeah. On the planet of Corellia, Plagueis' influence would cause a young boy to display some remarkable talents. And that's also the Darth Vader Mr. Potato Head from Hasbro.
Oh, yes, it is. That's hilarious.
And on another part of the galaxy, he would... his disturbance in the Force would cause a red sun to explode, destroying a nearby planet, whose sole survivor would grow up to become Earth's greatest hero. But that's another story and an entirely different publishing house.
Bro, that's
Superman. Yeah.
That's so dumb.
He's like, but we'll just focus on the first two.
But yeah, and it also says different publishing house.
Yeah.
That's DC, and we won't get to that.
And as the years passed, Tag and Bink were schooled in the ways of the Jedi. So Skippy the Jedi droid says light side equals good, dark side equals bad. But unlike many of their peers, Tag and Bink struggled. And struggled. And there's a scene where they're doing the cup thing with Mace Windu, and he's like, hold on, I know this one. Is it a cup? No. A ship? No. Can you give me a hint? No. So anyways, they're not good
Chewie
Jedi.
Yeah.
It said they basically they had Force powers, but they barely made it into the Order. And they did not do well. All right. So have you ever wondered, gentlemen, why Don't think about the Clone Wars. Okay, we're not. Let's just pretend the Clone Wars don't exist. The show doesn't exist. Have you wondered who deleted Kamino from the archives? Where did it go? Who would do such a thing? Right? It definitely wasn't Dooku. It wasn't Dooku trying to cover his tracks. Who would have done that? What kind of mastermind? What kind of force of pure evil would do that?
I'm sure we'll find out.
We will. So we meet our young heroes who are both Padawans, and they're studying. And some jerk student comes up and he's like, "You guys still haven't passed the Outer Rim Systems test?" He's like, "Yeah, we will this time." And he's like, "What are you going to do? Cheat?" He's like, "It's only cheating if you get caught and the computer's smoking." And he's like, "What happened?" And he goes, "I think I just uploaded a virus and erased some files." And he goes, you guys are busted. Well, it just so happens that the files he accidentally erases were the files that Obi-Wan needed to find Kamino.
So dumb.
Fun.
So now we know.
Makes sense.
Now the question that I know that has been weighing on everyone's mind since Attack of the Clones came out. Now it's answered for us all, and we can all sleep easy tonight. All right.
Perfect.
Yeah. So we cut to Dex's diner. They know Dex. They're at Dex's diner, and they're talking to Dex, and they're like, "We're screwed." Obi-Wan. So he's like, "We're screwed. Like, what? I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know how we're gonna get out of this." And someone behind him just happens to hear them talking, and that is none other than Jango Fett. He's at Dex's too. At this particular moment.
Awesome.
Now, it's also worth noting that the entire time this conversation is happening, they're calling out order numbers for the patrons for their food. And as this conversation starts, Order 65 is called. So he goes, "Boys, I couldn't help overhearing your little problem. Now, I don't have much love for the Jedi, but I have a son your age, and if I did something wrong, I'd want him to come clean. But if he did something wrong, I want him to come clean to his old man. So you would cut him some slack knowing that these are the kinds of mistakes that kids make every day." He's like, "No, I'd skin his hide because he should know better, but I'd respect him for coming clean." He's like, "Well, thanks. We'll keep that an option." He's like, "Good man." And so there's a Jedi walking by Jango's table. He's with this woman. He's like, "Good kids. Yeah, they're really sweet." And then the droid calls out Order 66. Uh-oh. You see Jango, something changes in Jango. A blaster shot passes by the young tag Bink, almost hitting the Jedi leaving the diner. And then Jango flips out and he starts trying to kill the two boys. He's like, "I've got a sudden urge to kill Jedi, and I kind of like it."
Buzz Lightyear.
And Buzz Lightyear's there, and Dex is blocking the shots, and he's like, "Run for it, boys." All right, so they run. They're running. They get a speeder. They're flying through the air, and Jango follows them. They end up finally getting away just in the nick of time, and they run onto a ship to try to hide from Jango for a while, right? Any guesses on what ship it might be?
I'm just more curious why Jango Fett had a ship.
I don't know.
Installed.
I'm sure. Is it from episode 2?
Yeah. Maybe the ship that Anakin and Padme are on undercover going to Naboo. Yeah. You would be correct. So now they're there. Now they're there. They're in the middle of the action, y'all. He's like, "Man, that was close." "Yeah, but where the heck are we going?" He's like, "Who cares as long as we're off the planet and away from that guy." Anyway, the first thing we need, he's like, "What?" He's like, "It looks like," he said, "Okay, don't turn around, but I think the Chosen One is sitting about 10 meters away from us." He's like, "What is he doing?" "Looks like he's macking on the senator from Naboo." He said, "The one with the flippers?" He says he's macking on the senator from Naboo, and he goes, "The one with the flippers?"
Oh.
He said, "No, the one with the hair extensions. Turn around." So they find him, and then they look, and he's like he's going to notice us when he's looking at that. "The man can sense bugs crawling on a floor 200 meters away. You don't think he'll notice? He's going to notice two Padawans from across the room?" And he's like, "Not a chance." And then Anakin shows up. He's like, And he gets their attention. He's like, "You younglings want to tell me what you're doing outside of the temple?" He's like, "Sure, if you want to tell us why it's okay for you to break the rule of non-attachment and hit on the senator with the awesome midriff." He's like, you saw that? He's like, yeah, subtlety is not your strong suit. So, anyways, they have this. They start egging Anakin on about his game or lack of game. All right, and so they make a deal. All right, so it's not in this page, but they make a deal, and I think it's Bink, Tag, or Bink. Honestly, I don't remember. I don't remember which one is which. It doesn't matter. One of them is like, hey, I'm pretty good at this stuff because I'm from Corellia. It comes natural to me, because Han Solo. He's like, if you help us smooth this whole data deletion thing over with the masters, I'll help you with your game. And he's like, okay, deal. All right. There's actually a scene I didn't put in right here because I didn't really have time. But the scene where him and Padme are on the balcony in Naboo, and he gives the whole sand line.
Yeah.
And he like strokes her back really weird or her arm or whatever really weird and stuff. They're like right underneath the wall trying to help him the whole time.
Gosh.
And so then we pick back up after that moment. He's like, Anakin's like, she pulled away. What did I do wrong? And he's like, well, for starters, you went off script. I hate sand. What were you thinking? He's like, I was emphasizing our differences. I thought opposites attract. He's like, well, it's kind of different for every situation. And Anakin's like, man, this is hard. He's like, tell me about it. Look, just leave the sweet talk to me. He's like, so what should I do? He's like, do romantic stuff. A picnic in a meadow. A candlelight dinner. He's like, oh yeah, better yet, dinner at sunset. He's like, and play up the bad boy image. Girls love that. Use your Jedi powers when you shouldn't, and then tell her how you'd get in trouble if you were caught doing it. He goes, okay. Which, by the way, is exactly what happens.
Yeah.
They do the meadow thing. They have the dinner at sunset. He uses the Force on the pair. He does the stupid thing about So anyway, so then we're in the fireplace scene. All right. Between Anakin and Padme, and they're right out of frame. And he's like, I'm haunted by the kiss you should have never given me. My heart is beating, hoping that the kiss will not become a scar. And he's like, one of them's like, should we be watching this? He's like, we're just here in case he gets in trouble. So he says the thing about the scar. He said, oh, come on. No one talks like that. He's like, what do you know? I'm telling you that stuff is pure gold, my friend. And Anakin goes, Padme goes, we live in the real world, come back to it. And one of them goes, told you she's not going for it. He goes, it's okay, I got to back up. Anakin, line 40. So he tells Anakin this. Anakin's like, well, it wouldn't have been that way. We could keep it a secret. And Padme goes, we'd be living a lie. So this is all from the movie, obviously. We'd be living a lie. I couldn't do that. You could you, Anakin? Could you live like that? And then one of the Tag or Bink, one of them goes, now, dude, trust me. Agree with her and then turn and walk away real cool. Like you don't really need her. So he does that and he goes, no, you're right. It would destroy us. And she goes, Anakin, wait. And that's when they kiss. And so that was Tag or Bink that got Anakin the kiss there. So then we realize they wake up the next morning and they realize that Anakin has had to leave abruptly, and he leaves them a note. He's like, hey, sorry guys, I had to leave. Thanks for the help. And they're like, oh, I don't believe this. Well, at least he left us some credits for a ride home, right? The other one goes, nope. He goes, transportation? Nope. What a Doug. He goes, no kidding. Well, how hard could it be for two Padawans to hitch a ride? And then we cut to 3 years later in dirty Padawan robes, and they're coming up on the temple.
Gosh.
They're coming up on the temple with, the sticks, and I'm describing it for the people who are listening, but they got the sticks with the handkerchiefs tied to them like they've been, on the road the whole time. And he goes, how hard could it be? Well, how was I supposed to know war would break out and most transports would be restricted? So it took them 3 years to get back from Naboo in Attack of the Clones. After Anakin had to abruptly leave, he was going to Geonosis with Padme because Obi-Wan gets captured. And now they're back at the temple. 3 years later. The Jedi Temple.
Yep.
Not a great place to be 3 years later, am I right?
Right.
Well, they happen to show up right in the middle of Order 66. He said, anyway, who cares? I'm just glad to be back in the safety of the Jedi Temple. He goes, what's going on? Don't know, but I'm not hanging around to find out. Quick, this way. And they run into Anakin. Who should they run into but Anakin? He's like, hey, you jerk, you left us stranded on Naboo. And he's like, dude, what's up with your eyes? And it's got evil Anakin, and he's got his Sith eyes. And Anakin raises his lightsaber and he slashes, and then the 2 Padawan braids that they have fall off. And he's like, you once gave me something that was very special to me, and for that, I'm going to spare your lives. But here are the conditions. You forget you were ever Jedi, you don't mention it, and you never, ever come back here. Live good lives, because if I see you again, I will kill you. He said, deal, deal. And he said, whew, that was a close one. So what do we do now? He's like, you heard the man. He'll kill us if he ever sees us again. Drew, we need to get out of here, far away from here, far from the action where nothing ever happens. He's like, I know the perfect place, Tatooine. Nothing ever happens there. Tatooine it is. Obscurity, here we come. And the end.
That's funny.
Fun.
So they were the ones who got Anakin and Padme together. And if you were wondering how they survived Order 66, why they're Force ghosts, there you go.
Wow.
Fun stuff, huh?
Very fun. Very
Not that long of an episode, but or of a presentation here. But I genuinely love how someone thought to take things that seem very insignificant and just like make an entire story about it.
Right.
And I just love that. They took all these like super weird background characters and wove a story through it all. And I love it. I thought it was a lot of fun. So how long was that? I'm curious.
56 minutes.
Oh, that's good. Because
that's including all of our rambling at the beginning too. So
that's not bad. The YouTube video was 12, and I was really worried that it was going to be even shorter than this, but it worked out.
That's fine. We like short episodes. Yeah. Easier to edit.
It says Jeremiah. Yeah, it's not some grand novel series or like crazy comic or anything like that, or a graphic novel. But
it was
just
funny
fun.
too. Before we started, I was like, "Oh, Andrew's on tonight," and stuff's like, "So this is gonna be a long night, huh?"
Not this time.
Are there more like comical stories? Like maybe not like the same type of like, but other comical EU comics or stories or anything that are out there?
So there was Star Wars. Oh, what was it? There was an animated show, and I forget. It was like it was crazy. It was a crazy show, and it was satire. Hold on. Now that I'm not presenting anymore,
or even that the rabbit story with the rabbit. Is that a comical one?
Oh,
or is that a serious one?
Star Wars Detours. That was the show. Star Wars Detours was a satirical thing. But yeah, there was a. It wasn't really comedy though. Like he was a. I think his name's Jax.
Yeah, something like that. Jackson.
Yeah,
something because he was in the Rebuild the Galaxy.
Yeah, Jackson.
Season 2.
It wasn't like a It wasn't like a comedy thing. Like he was a serious character.
Okay.
I don't really know much about. I don't think there's a ton of other like comedy specific stuff, which is why like when the Lego Star Wars game came out, I think that's why it was such a hit because there really wasn't a ton of that stuff at the time.
Right.
Have you watched Rebuild the Galaxy season 2?
He doesn't have Disney Plus. Remember?
I haven't seen the first one either. Is it good?
Bro,
season 2 is way better than season 1. Like season 2, like this, the story is actually like a very compelling story. Like it's actually really good.
What is it, a Duros villain with the 2 purple lightsabers or something?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's season 2.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Oh yeah, the whole concept is so funny, and it's like
even if it wasn't funny, like they could have made like a serious story.
True.
With Legos, and it would have been a really compelling story. Like, really good.
I highly recommend watching that.
But yeah, you can read these comics online for free. By the way, if you just Google it, that's where I got all the screenshots from.
Right.
So there's like 1 or 2 really small parts that like I don't know if I would consider family friendly. They're not like they're not like bad, but they're
Better
not like
caution on the
they're like
safe
not
side.
super clean. So I left those out. So like, use your discretion there. But there's no like, nudity or anything like that. Or like,
Right.
I don't think there's any. And like as far as cussing is concerned, I think are like the worst.
Oh
thing.
dang! Oh
yeah. Sorry. So anyways,
I'll bleep those out in post.
Yeah. So anyways, it's
Just
not
bleep them. It's only bleep. People are gonna be like, what?
and then don't explain what I actually said. So
Yeah.
people are like, oh my God. Andrew went off for like 3 seconds. Anyways, but yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to reread those. Like it's so stupid.
Will
But-
LOL.
It's so stupid, but like it
It's
just
fun,
works.
though.
It works.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works really well. So anyway, so there's the legend of Tag and Bink. If you again, my statement still stands. If you hold this true as canon, you'll never look at Star Wars the same way.
It's fair.
So,
I won't, but
especially mini boffins.
That's my favorite one.
That one's
Yeah,
pretty
whole thing.
good.
So, anyways,
Well, we forgot to take a coffee break earlier, so we might as well just do that before we jump into everyone's favorite time of every episode. So, if you are going through life and you're like a Forrest Gump character, and you're just experiencing all these peak moments in history and stuff, and sometimes you just gotta sit down and enjoy what you're experiencing in life. And what better way to do that than with a hot beverage such as coffee or tea? And once again, coincidentally, our sponsor for today is Wesley Andrews Coffee and Tea out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. So take a listen to this.
Hey everyone, Andrew here. I'm pleased to tell you that the sponsor of today's episode is Wesley Andrews Coffee and Tea. If you don't know anything about Wesley Andrews, you definitely should. They're an award-winning coffee roaster and shop in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and they make fantastic coffee. The awesome thing is that whether you live in the Twin Cities or not, you can get their coffee beans delivered straight to your door by ordering them online. They even have a subscription service that ensures you never run out of amazing coffee. If you've been looking for some new coffee to try or a way to elevate your normal coffee routine, now's your chance. Head over to wesleyandrews.cc, use the code EMPIRERADIO, that's with a capital E and a capital R with no space at checkout, to get 15% off your first purchase of any bags of coffee or a coffee subscription. I can't think of a better deal. Get 15% off some great coffee, support a small business, and support your favorite Star Wars podcast. In the words of Emperor Palpatine, do it.
Do it. All right, fun. Well, any other comments about Tag and Binks, guys?
fun stuff.
No? I'll take that as a no. All right, well, let's transition over to everyone's favorite time of every episode, voicemail time.
It's voicemail time.
That's still one of my favorite things I've ever made.
Yeah?
To this day, yeah.
Top 5.
Oh, easily top 5. Yeah.
Easily.
This obscure little stinger for a podcast.
Just me singing horribly and you fixing it.
I didn't do anything to fix it. It just worked.
Well, you edited it, so
Well, sure, but like the pitch and everything, like, I didn't do anything to that.
no auto-tune needed.
No, Drew's a natural.
Yep.
I'll take it.
All right. Well, tonight we have 4 voicemails. And literally just before we started recording, Will was like, I sent in 3 voicemails. So good thing he sent a message because I wouldn't have saw him. So we'll do those 3 and then we'll end with the coup d'etat verse. And because Will sent them in last minute, I have no idea what any of these are going to say. So we're just going to wing it. So hopefully
He might.
our mod,
He
he
could.
knows
He's our mod.
these are all family friendly. I trust Will. So let's
And if
take a listen.
not, Will might lose his job tonight. So let's
Yep.
go.
Let's listen to number 1.
Hey, Empire Radio. Will here. Question that I don't think that I have asked. What is your favorite Marvel character? Haha, I tricked you. This isn't a Star Wars question at all. Haha.
All right, okay, that's his first voicemail. So, favorite Marvel character?
I love that in the chat he goes, even I forgot what I said.
I think I've said like a long time ago I liked Scarlet Witch, but then that's kind of changed since things. Loki's pretty good, just because of the series. Like his character was like tons of character growth and stuff. So probably Loki's up there. Trying to think who else
That's
is
your
up there.
favorite Marvel character?
Yeah,
True.
it's a
No, I'm
well-written
just
I
character.
love how
compelling,
Drew was like kind
awesome
of
show.
throwing shade a little bit. He's like,
Is-
that's
awesome
your
show. Like,
His show is really good. You know what? I don't know if I ever finished season 2 though.
bro, that
I
final
didn't
episode of
see. I
season
didn't
2,
see season 2 at all.
peak Marvel. That finale, peak Marvel.
It's a pretty
I
low
don't
bar
know
these
if I
days.
saw it.
So,
Well, I'm saying of all Marvel, not recent Marvel.
oh, okay.
Really good.
Favorite Marvel character?
We can also throw in like the Sony Marvel, so you can do like any of those characters, or like
I'm not even thinking in terms of movies.
Or
I'm
you-
thinking of like actual Marvel comic characters.
or you could do like X-Men 2.
yeah.
So like Wolverine, like Hugh Jackman's Wolverine.
Well, no, just Wolverine in general.
He's a whiny brat in the 90s animated show.
Yeah, but he's not in
Oh.
the comics.
Yeah.
I think Wolverine would be mine. I like Wolverine a lot.
I think my favorite Marvel character of all time is Miles Morales.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, Spider-Man in general, like any.
Yeah.
Any Spider-Man for sure.
Yeah.
But I really like
And
Into
it
the
doesn't have to be a
Spider-Verse.
superhero. He says Marvel character, so it could be
Agent Coulson.
that, or it could be Ned.
Ned.
Yeah. No.
No.
No,
And he's great. So have either of you played Lego Marvel Superheroes 2?
no.
I would 1000% recommend it.
Really?
It's open world and it is so fun. Like it's legit so fun. And Kang the Conqueror is like the main villain in it. Dude, it's really good. I like no joking. It is 100% worth a play. Like Micaiah played through it from start to finish and 100% of the game. Like we tag teamed it.
What system is this for? When did it come out?
It's been a while. It's been
on everything probably.
yeah, but like we have it on Switch. We have that. We got a bunch of Lego games. We got that one. We got the Harry Potter games. We got Star Wars, Skywalker Saga, and the old ones.
Miles just got the Incredibles Lego,
Oh yeah,
and he's been playing that because it was like
But yeah,
$2
Lego-
on Switch.
yeah. Lego, dude, Switch, Lego Marvel Superhero 2, super good game. Like there's a ton of
I'm
characters,
pretty
in it,
sure
like obscure
it's on
characters.
everything though.
Huh?
I was telling Jeremiah, I'm pretty sure you can get it on it's like PS5.
Yeah. You can.
I think it's on everything.
Yeah. But yeah, I like Wolverine.
All right, cool. Well, let's listen to number 2 from Will.
Also, hi Empire Radio, Will here again. I actually don't know if I said it was me in my last one, but hi. Just a progress update on the listening to the podcast again. I have reached the book reading that Andrew did with the zombies.
Oh,
And it's very tempting for me to go pick up that book.
Dude.
I want to read more Star Wars books.
All right, thank you, Will. So,
Do it.
context for Andrew.
Do it. That's all I got to say. Do it. And then Red Harvest. Read Red Harvest 2. It's another Star Wars zombie book. So good.
Context for Andrew.
Yeah.
Will messaged us last week or whatever, or voicemail last week saying that he hadn't listened to the podcast since EmpireCon, which is
Oh my gosh.
2023.
Yeah.
Because life was crazy for him. So even though he's been in almost
he's been
every
in our
single stream,
chat.
Yeah.
he doesn't really listen. He's just playing video games or whatever.
Oh.
But like, he's been trying to like catch up on the podcast. So he's like over 2 years behind. And so then that was Halloween of 2023.
Yeah, I was still in LA when I did that one.
So he's catching up. He's done a few months, 3 months or whatever.
Yeah, at the beginning of the chat, he was like, hold on, I can scroll back. He's like, I'm so far back, I didn't even notice the new intro. To be fair, that was like a recent-ish. That was for I got that in for the new Jedi Order books, right? It's like earlier this year, I thought.
Maybe, or maybe it was last fall. It was for an EU thing. You were like, I have a surprise for you, and we were like, what is a surprise? And then you sent us the new song. That might have been like last year or something.
I thought it was like when a similar time when Andor came out.
Well, Andor came out this year.
I think it was earlier this year.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I remember, I think I made it at this desk.
Oh,
anyways.
Yeah.
Cool. Did he have a question for us?
No, I think it was just an update.
Oh, it's the book.
Oh yeah, dude, get it. So so good. And Red Harvest is like,
we haven't done Red Harvest, right?
No, I really want to, because Red Harvest it takes place at a Sith Academy, and you're like,
that's another like horror one type of thing.
Oh, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
zombie Tauntaun with zombies
next year
inside of it coming out of its chest.
That this year, man. What the?
But yeah, it's super good, and you're like, how can a bunch of Sith who can use the Force like lose? But they do very badly. Like it's a lot of people die. So I would say if you're interested in Star Wars zombies, Death Troopers for sure, and then Red Harvest it's a really good read. Because it's in the Old Republic too, so it's also a window into like a different time where like Sith were everywhere and Jedi were everywhere, and like,
right,
yeah. After I finish this last book that I'm restarting chronologically. So I'm starting with Dawn of the Jedi, which is like 25 or 30,000 years before. He says, if you're interested in death, yeah, if you're interested in zombies, but it's like 25,000 years or something before the main events, and I'm going all the way back through.
Fun.
Yeah. So I'll hit that one sooner or later again.
All right. Fun. Next up, number 3 from Will. Let's take a listen.
Hey, Empire Radio. Will here with one last voicemail. So this past, 10 days ago, on the 9th, was my birthday. And I spent it with my girlfriend, and she surprised me with a gift from her mom. And the gift was a book, a Star Wars book, a Barnes & Noble exclusive Star Wars book called Reign of the Empire. Do you guys know anything about that? If so, are you going to plan on read that? I guess, wait, I should say plan on reading that. I can't English today. English is hard. But, yeah, are you guys planning on doing anything for that? If not, would you think about it?
Is that the Mon Mothma book?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that. Like, we haven't done it. I bought it. I have the audiobook. We're just trying to find...
Micaiah wants to read it really bad.
Because it's a trilogy.
Yeah.
And we're kind of waiting so that because it was like one book a year for 3 years. And so we're kind of waiting to get like all 3 of them so we can do them all in a year type of thing. Just so it's easier to track.
So in 3 years.
So in 2027,
jeez,
if we're still around, then we will be doing that.
Around, he says.
Because I don't think the second book doesn't come out until like summer of next year or something like that. So we could start it like next year. And
there's a part of me that would rather read that than Master of Evil.
I don't know, bro. I think you're gonna like Master of Evil
because the politics stuff's really good.
Yeah, and I think each book focuses on a different character. So the first one was Mon Mothma, then one is Bail Organa, and then one is Saw Gerrera.
Saw Gerrera, yeah.
So I don't know what order it goes. So I don't know what the second one is, which character it is, because you would think it would be cool to have the third book be Bail Organa, and we see him on Alderaan when it gets destroyed.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I think
that was a
what's
that
so
would
bad about
actually-
that?
no?
Like,
I wasn't
that would
expecting you to go
actually-
that.
like
That'd
he's
be
on
a cool part of it, though, that we have like a different perspective.
and
of
then
what
we could see
happened.
like after he, like in Rogue One when he leaves,
Yeah.
Yavin, like he's like, I gotta go find someone only person I can trust with this or whatever. Like, and it's
Yeah.
him having that conversation with Leia, and then she's sent out. Like that would be a cool like thing, and then he's camped out on Alderaan doing Alderanian stuff, and something shows
All
up
the
in
wrong
the sky.
things.
Oh,
all the wrong things happens.
But then Saw Gerrera is just going to be him being a terrorist,
I mean,
which would be
It's gonna
fun
be
to
good,
see,
though.
like him like building up his crew, and
Yeah,
we could get maybe some interaction with that. What was the guy from Rogue One, or not Rogue, from Andor, like the Krieger guy that like they like sacrifice to like die or whatever, like in that staged thing by the Empire. It'd be cool him learning more about that guy. And is it Anton Krieger,
yeah.
something like that? So yes,
I'm curious about the book that we're reading right now. I'm curious how much they're gonna get into, like Palpatine and all that stuff, because it's like centered around Vader, but like the beginning of the book starts with like Palpatine and Dooku. And
I haven't
stuff.
read anything. I don't
Well,
know how to speculate.
I'm just really
if you
curious.
want
Like,
an alternative,
well, yeah,
Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith happens directly after Revenge of the Sith, and it is really good.
yeah. Or
I know.
Plagueis.
Here he goes again. Am I right?
I don't know
loser
what
with his
to
books.
tell you.
Or Plagueis.
Oh yeah, Plagueis is really but like y'all know about the Dark Lord trilogy, right?
No, we're
I
waiting
know,
for
I've
you to
heard
tell
of
us.
it. I don't know anything about
So
it.
I've got it in a it's like a 3-part volume, but it's Labyrinth of Evil, which happens right before Revenge of the Sith. Like literally up until the point where Obi-Wan and Anakin have to leave to go to Coruscant to free Palpatine from Grievous.
Mm-hmm.
Just like right up, and then you have Revenge of the Sith, and then Dark Lord of the Sith is directly following that, and it's like Vader's first moments in the suit. Like it goes inside the suit. It's really cool. And then the first few moments of like the Purge. And it's a really like introspective look into like what Vader was going through.
I really think this book that we're reading right now took a lot from that book. Because so far, a lot of the things that you mentioned
Probably.
is already getting mentioned in this book. So that's why you should read it, and then we can compare both. Just saying.
Maybe.
All right. Thank you, Will. As always. All right. Final one. We have the Coup d'etat verse. Garrett sent in one. So last time, so Garrett and Pirate Captain Cal Kestis are on Naboo, and they're trying to investigate stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then Anakin shows up with his Sith eyes and starts fighting Garrett and Captain Kestis. And because Garrett freed Anakin from, one of like the thing from like Obi-Wan was in episode 2 or whatever. Suspense. So like he rescued him, but then like he woke up and like he was gone. So like we didn't know what happened to Anakin. And so then it left us on a cliffhanger because as they're fighting, someone shows up in a shuttle and Anakin stops because someone is there, and he ended the voicemail on a cliffhanger, and we're picking up right after that. So who was it? Let's take a listen.
Boss Nass.
Hey, Empire Radio, it's Garrett. Padme, Anakin whispers as he drops my lightsaber and rushes towards her, wrapping her up in his arms. Annie, I thought you were gone, she says. And he replies with, you're more beautiful than the day I lost you. As me and Captain Kestis watch on in confusion, Anakin seems to be completely friendly now and wants to talk. I pick up my lightsaber and we follow him in the door he came out of. He brings us to a hideout of sorts, hidden in the palace. He apologized for nearly sucking the life out of me when he was released from his containment field. He said he was shocked and confused, so he went to survival mode, and it led him to the one place that truly felt like home, Naboo. Speaking of feeling like home, what's one place that makes you feel at home other than your home, obviously? For me, it's definitely my car, and even more so if I'm on a racetrack.
All right. Thank
just
you.
Just the subtle flex.
Yeah, weird flex, but okay.
Yeah, you should look at some of the stuff on Instagram, him in like race cars and all cool.
That's
way cooler
dope.
than us.
Okay, so do you guys remember when he sent in his first one and he was working on a car?
Yeah.
And
I do actually remember that.
We were like, oh, are you working on a, what did we say? Like, this is like, there's like an origin of how he started creating the story.
Yeah.
That far ago. And it all happened because he was like working in the garage when he sent in his first voicemail. You can hear like the car running in the background.
I vaguely remember that. That was so long ago.
I remember that because I was like, and then he started talking about how he was like in a speeder or whatever. And like, that's how this started. Pod racer. Because we were joking, like, are you working on a pod racer right now? And then he just started like creating the story.
That was a while ago.
That was years ago. Like how many years ago?
But Andrew wouldn't remember that because he started sending in stuff after Andrew.
I thought I remember that.
No, but not when he sent in his first voicemail.
Yeah,
though. His first voicemail, we were all here because we could barely hear him talking because it was just a loud muffler in the background.
Yeah, I think
now I have all the voicemails saved on here, so I am going to put in his name and scroll down. So the first one that I have from him is episode 222, and Andrew left like the 110s or 120s or something.
But what was 222?
I don't remember.
Chat, help us out.
Should we load it up right now? I can play it.
Yeah, let's play it. Let's play it right now.
Yeah, let's play it.
Let's play his first voicemail.
That's one that I have, unless like I don't have one that's on it.
Unless you didn't save the other ones.
Like older ones, because obviously I had voicemails before then, because this is 100 episodes after I started taking over. So let's take a listen to episode 222, Garrett. So this is 3:30.
We've never done this. This is kind of fun. We should do an episode like this, Jeremiah, where we go back and listen to old voicemails.
Yep.
Hey Empire Radio, this is Garrett, also known as Darnie Flarschnift on Discord and Gakman820 on Twitch. I'm currently in a garage on Tatooine working on my pod racer. Here, let's see how she sounds.
See?
Yes!
See?
Yes!
Still sounds a bit off. I don't know. There's also this really cool extremely modified N1 Starfighter here. It's got an enhanced thrusters with an induction intake charger on top. Anyway, enough of my blabbering. My question for you is, do you ever think or would like if Star Wars made a live-action series or movie surrounding the racing scene in Star Wars? I know there's been some hints here and there. Obviously, Episode 1, Star Wars Resistance, and of course, my favorite game, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. And you could probably guess that I actually liked the Bad Batch racing episode. Anyway, let me know what you think. Right now, I got to get back to work because I can't seem to figure out why my thrust capacitor vapor ratios are so low.
Dude, I remember that voicemail.
So I went up and looked up episode 222. You know what episode that was?
What?
Ahsoka season 1 episode 4, and Andrew was on.
Dude, I told you. I knew it. Drew, when you were describing that, I was like, I was definitely there.
I don't remember him actually. I thought we were making a joke about that, but apparently he already started this journey of.
I just remember the car. That's cool.
Yeah, I remember though. That was like, why? Yeah.
So that would have been like September 2023.
Jeez.
Dang.
Time needs
Will
to
just said I listened to that voicemail 2 days ago.
Tiny
So
So that
sound.
was fun. If you guys want us to go back to like listen to like old
Well,
regular
okay,
voicemail people,
Do
and
we
pull
know
up
what the
their
first
ones?
voicemail was?
It was Lucy.
It was Lucy.
Remember?
That's right.
Yeah.
Which I don't have.
I
No.
don't. I'm.
I mean,
Andrew
we
would
have it
had
on
that.
the
He was in
episode,
charge of
though.
some. So
I
I would have to.
might.
You could
go
pull
back.
it from. You could like retract it from. Like,
Yeah, I could download the
episode.
episode or something. But
That's wild, man.
Yeah, we've been doing this for a while, but that would be fun if you guys want us to do that. Like, or like send in like request numbers of just episodes, and we'll just play voicemails from that. That would be kind of fun. Like just randomly going back and listening to voicemails.
I dig it.
okay, so now so I. Oh, actually, I do have voicemails all the way back to episode 123, which would so I have all of them since Andrew left. Okay, so I know why, because I had to like transfer these two. Because when I got a new computer, I transferred them, and that changed the date created.
Oh,
So that's why it was out of order. So, yeah. So right now, since I took over the voicemail playing, 819 voicemails.
That's so freaking cool.
jeez.
That's so cool.
And our streak is still alive. Ever since February 2021, we've had at least one voicemail every week. Not every episode, but
sick.
every week since. So,
That's sick.
and we
I
still
think
need to
that'd be
get
kind of
Andrew
fun.
to watch the VCU also.
We do.
That's
We need
true.
to get Andrew to do that.
I want him to do a reaction video to it, but
Isn't it like 2 hours long?
it's like an hour and a half, like 85 minutes or something like that. You, Micaiah, could set up a camera. You know,
You know how many gigs of footage that's going to be?
Well, you don't got to do 4K or anything like that.
You know, you
I
could just
only do
live
4K.
stream it.
I could.
Just log into our Twitch live stream and just live stream
Or
it.
log into our YouTube.
Or that. Either way.
Why don't I just do Twitch?
Well, because then we could just have it on YouTube easily.
Oh, that's true.
Huh?
Because then it would just be up on YouTube and we wouldn't have to like pull it
I
off.
wouldn't have to
Twitch.
we wouldn't have to transfer it over. Or
Yeah, but I would want your special editing touch on it, Jeremiah.
oh, you want me to edit it? No, you have you record yourself.
No,
Yeah, no,
Jeremiah,
I
you got
record it and then you edit it. For
You
me.
could edit it way better than me. I would just do it straight with the audio.
Dude, you're
Jeremiah,
better
why
than
do you have to
give
get
yourself
political
credit.
right now?
Why do you always say political?
Drew, brother, no,
Did I miss something?
No.
no.
Being silly.
But I'm just saying it's one of the best. It's way better than you'd enjoy the VCU more than a lot of Disney Star Wars that you've consumed. How about that?
Actually, that's probably true.
Actually don't doubt that.
And you need to watch Rebuild the Galaxy because you'll enjoy that because it doesn't matter. And it's just stupid funny. And it makes fun of itself the whole time.
Is it like the Lego movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
it's all like all those Lego stuff.
It's,
all
it's literally the same thing. Like Dark Jar Jar and like characters that you're like, what? Yeah.
Jedi
Yeah.
Bob,
Yeah,
all that stuff.
Yep.
Dude, that's a deep cut.
Yeah, he's the main guy.
Cool.
All
Oh,
right.
we have to answer the question.
I don't
Oh,
even
yeah, we
remember what
do.
the question was. What was the question?
What is
Oh.
a place where you feel at home?
Oh.
Like outside
Wow.
of your home.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's hard
What?
to say because I've lived in this apartment for over 6 years now.
Your whole life.
Before that, it was like I was basically living by myself for 4 years when I was back at home, but my parents moved out.
Yeah.
So it's like over 10 years now, I've been kind of just going solo.
Going solo. Han
So-
Are you saying you
Solo.
don't feel home at your home?
I don't. Home is where your heart is.
Oh my god. Boo, get
So
out.
I don't know how to. I don't know. With Christmas coming up, I always like
Oh.
Christmas Eve or our family together. What do we do? My mom makes lasagna, so I get lasagna from my mom once a year.
That makes
Yeah.
you feel like home.
So it's like something that's like the one thing I look
Yeah,
forward to.
why
every year.
lasagna?
I don't know. It's just tradition. I don't know.
No, like I'm
just
not
what they do.
criticizing.
I
I'm
don't know.
genuinely
I have
genuinely
no
curious.
idea. I just remember it for as long as it was Christmas Eve. Like on my dad's side, we would meet, and my mom
Yeah.
would make lasagna. And now that like we don't meet on my dad's side anymore, it's just like me and my siblings and their families. Like it's just so the Christmas gathering is always a big, huge, giant pan of lasagna once a year.
Sick.
And
That's a cool tradition. And you're not even Italian.
most food we eat is not from our culture. Like
That's fair.
That's a
I
valid
don't
point.
want to eat German and like English food and like
No,
Polish food. Like what is? Not to say our fans in these other countries don't have.
I mean, look,
Don't
no
enjoy their
offense,
cultural
food,
food.
but I've not seen. Now they do sweets really well,
Sure.
but
They're chocolate.
Okay,
Oh, come
German
on.
chocolate is not German chocolate. It's the last name of
I'm
the
talking
guy
about
who created it.
Swiss chocolatiers.
Or Swiss cheese. Or pocket knives. They do pocket knives really good.
Oh my God, dude! No,
They got that pocket knife down.
Stop. Where is a place that I would say so either my in-laws' house or the place they have in Alabama. It's a toss-up between the two of those. Probably my in-laws' house more.
Not your parents' house?
No.
We don't want to open up that whatever that is.
Okay.
No. Okay. So the thing is like,
Do they still live in the same house you grew up in or no?
So that's the other
See,
thing. Like,
I
so it's not my
feel that.
child. It's not my childhood home.
Mhm.
It was my grandmother's home before she passed away. So it's just like,
Oh,
it's a weird vibe.
that's
Like I
fair.
love him to death, but
But
it's just
also like you
Yeah.
associate it with a death of a
and
family
I also
member.
like don't like my hometown at all.
Oh, that's
Like
fair.
I really hate going back there. It's like my in-laws don't live there. They live somewhere else. It's still in North Carolina. So like I get the North Carolina vibe, but like I don't have to be in my hometown.
Mhm.
So anyways.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like my parents' house doesn't feel. I feel fine there, but it doesn't feel like if they own the house I grew up in, then yes,
Yeah.
I'd feel like that. But my parents' house sounds like.
So
I'd probably say my in-laws as well because we go there a lot, and so
Yeah.
it's just like whatever.
Drew, I don't know if you remember this, but do you remember that the house that I grew up in and the house you grew up in had the
I
same
do.
exact floor plan?
Yep.
Yeah.
Huh?
What?
Yes, I do.
Like our houses were literally the same house. One in
Mhm.
St. Paul, one in Minneapolis.
That's wild.
Same
It was
exact floor-
designed by
mine-
the same
like-
person. Clearly,
Like I think my parents like put on like one room at the front of the house or something like that, or previous
they had
owners
like
did.
that. Well, no, the
sunroom-
sunroom was still. We had that.
But yours is one big open space, but ours like was like added on. And so like, but like everything else, like the layout of the whole house was
But
exactly
did you have
the
a
same.
bathroom upstairs?
No,
Oh, you guys didn't either.
no,
Our basement wasn't finished, but yours was.
right, which we did when I was a kid. So,
Yeah.
but it was just
Yeah,
kind of
the-
weird. It was the
Your
same
room
exact-
was where my room was. But even that house, though, like Jeremiah,
That's weird.
it's
What
kind
is
of
going on right now?
I'm saying like I'm just designing the house, but that house though that we grew up in North, I like I remember it, but then we moved out when I was like 10.
Right.
So then my house in Brooklyn Park is where I actually like grew up in.
Were your glory days?
Yeah, those are the prime days. Like with my neighbor, like because like
Oh my
our-
gosh.
our
Every fall.
And then
Our
you
days.
literally moved across the street.
what?
You're at that second house. Didn't you move right across the street because it was cheaper?
No, we moved to a
parents?
completely different neighborhood.
No, I'm saying you moved and then you moved again across the street.
Oh no, we rented a place and then we moved and we bought our house across the street.
Yeah. So you went from one house, literally walked across the street and lived in
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah. But then like our neighbor, so like my neighbor growing up, we're still friends, and like I'm friends with his parents on Facebook, and they're still in their house. So it's kind of weird because like I could drive down my old like neighborhood and I know like some of the neighbors still.
Right.
So like I don't know. I associate the North House with a lot of trauma. So that's why I'm not like fonded of that.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
My dog.
So here's a question out of left field for both of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is one place you hate going that does not feel like home,
that you're forced to go to,
or just in general? I know that there's got to be one place that like pops up.
I hate going.
Yeah, like the opposite of a place that makes you feel like home, feels at home.
but I feel like I don't go to places I don't want to go to. You know what I mean?
For me, it's the doctor.
Oh yeah, the dentist. That's a good one. All right, yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I have no problem with.
Oh no.
I've just been going in and out of the doctor with my stupid back, so it's like
There's got to be a place, Jeremiah, you hate going though, that you have to go to
that I
at some
have to
point.
go to like
The Target in East St. Paul.
I don't mind
pretty
that.
rough.
Bro, today when I went to my physical therapy thing, whatever,
Mm.
and I was like, there's like a Cub Foods right by. I was like, I need to go to Cub Foods. Like, I've never been to that Cub Foods in Woodbury before. So bougie, dude.
Oh,
compared to
Woodbury's kind of bougie.
like,
Well, compare your Cub Foods.
but like I've been to like there's one by me, which is it is what it is. I went to one like in North St. Paul, which is nicer, but like the one like they literally had like some like independent like bread maker come in with like fresh baked bread, and you could like buy like fresh made sourdough bread and all this
cool.
other stuff. I'm like, what is this? And they have so much more variety, and it's just cleaner and nicer. I'm like,
Dude, you need to move over there.
I can't afford.
No.
I would be paying like way more than I am paying here, and I'm like, and it's like so far off public transit. Like to go to my doctor, my physical therapy thing, I have to like after I get off the bus, I have to walk 1.6 miles to get there.
Jeez.
And so then I was walking to Cub, and I went to stopped at Dick's Sporting Goods too. So it's like I was over there by all that stuff. So I was like walking.
You get some gear to go duck hunting?
Oh, they don't.
No,
really do
the
that
physical therapy
anymore.
guy told me to buy an inflatable exercise ball to do exercise at home. So I have
That's cool.
one. I just pumped it up today. So,
Nice.
but I was like, I'm at Dick's, and then I'm at Cub is right there. I need to go.
Did you get any bread?
I did buy one little sourdough roll for $1.15, like a single.
Why didn't you get a whole loaf?
Because I don't eat a lot of bread.
Oh,
I feel like you.
I don't know if you know this, but I've lost over 30 pounds in the past year because I've reduced the amount of calories and bread intake.
I love bread.
I do too, but I've also lost over 30 pounds. So it's like,
I mean, if that was the goal, then good job. Like that's really good.
but if you do, you can. I still eat bread, but I just eat smaller portions. Like we overeat as Americans. Like if we just like,
heck yeah, we do.
America.
I love overeating.
If you just reduce your calories a little bit, smaller portions,
and walk a mile to your doctor
1.6 miles one way and 1.6 miles back,
you can lose the weight.
You can lose the weight.
I feel like though, Jeremiah,
and you're not gonna believe this, but I told this how to lose weight to a coworker who is overweight. He's lost 130 pounds. And like
since you told him that?
Yeah, in less than a year.
Holy crap.
Just only by changing his diet. No pop, smaller portions, less bread. He's lost.
Okay, that's actually pretty cool.
So
that's dope.
Maybe what were you gonna say, Drew?
Oh, I was gonna say I feel like you're one of those people that would have like their sourdough.
Or like make it.
Yeah.
You know, like you have your starter and everything.
Yeah, you have your starter that you like.
Yeast-based baking,
You're scared of it?
I do my pizza dough, and then I do some other like I'm gonna try and make some like maybe some focaccia on Thanksgiving because I have no plans. So it's like I'm just gonna like.
They're going all Italian over there at Jeremiah's.
Focaccia is that Italian?
It's like no, I don't.
Well,
I don't
the
know.
yeast you could do is give it a shot.
Oh,
Thank you.
But
Did you catch
yeast
that,
baking
Jeremiah?
is not my. It's too much work. I looked into how to make like a homemade sourdough starter. I'm like, this is.
It is.
I would rather make cookies.
You can buy starters though.
You don't.
I think,
You don't
can't
roll
you?
with it.
I don't roll with it. No,
Sorry.
All right.
I don't. I don't need that in my life.
Okay. Well, you've been listening to your favorite bread making podcast.
What's a good name for a baking podcast? Like, what's a nice
Just bake it.
get baked?
No, that is a different podcast.
Star Wars baking podcast. Empire Rises.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Dough or dough not. There is no try.
There's no flour.
would that be like a donut podcast?
Yeah.
Dude, have
Do a
you,
donut.
Jeremiah, have you seen that? Because we have our one Krispy Kreme now in Minnesota.
Oh, dude. People
I saw that
they
they
crazy
just
for that thing.
opened. Like,
It
Yeah.
opened in Fridley or in
Couple weeks
Columbia
ago or
Heights
something
or
And the
whatever.
waits have been like hours.
No, dude, 5 hour. Dude,
Yeah.
someone waited in line the day before it opened It opened up
Yep.
last week. They waited
My
in line.
sister-in-law went and got some.
Dude, they waited in line at 5 p.m. the day before.
Yeah.
Slept in the parking lot.
Yep.
And it still took them 2 hours. They
Yep.
weren't the first.
Yep.
and what's crazy is
Crazy.
the old Krispy Kreme that we used to have was literally just a mile from me. Like the building that it was in, my bus goes by every morning on my way to work. So it's like,
That's crazy.
and when it
Is there
opened up
anything
back
in
then,
it?
Is it a Wendy's now?
Oh. I was gonna say you should buy it and be the change you want to see in the world.
Krispy Kremes again. Dude, but it used to be I think it was
West
a CVS. Oh.
Donuts
What'd you say?
West.
What the Krispy Kreme is in now used to be a CVS. So it's huge.
Yo, that's huge. What the heck?
It's massive. And now at Targets, like in the metro, are getting Krispy Kreme like day of donuts now. Because
Oh, that's
that one
cool.
is so big that's producing it. Like at
That's
my
smart.
West St. Paul Target
And
has
then
like a stand.
Will's over here like,
I can get them.
Yeah,
whenever I
whatever.
want. Dude, I think before last week, last time I had a Krispy Kreme donut was with you, Jeremiah, or Andrew.
dude, you remember that time that we got cookout
Oh, yeah,
on the way back from Nashville, dude?
yep.
That was so fun.
that was a good one.
You were just like, you get so much food for the money. I was like, dude, it's the best, man.
Yeah, cookout
that
is
trip,
amazing.
that trip was a lot of fun.
Remember when you live streamed your car ride and then like
Yes.
at the
Halfway
very
through-
end you're like, oh, we
Right.
could have turned the camera around and headed on the road the whole time
Yeah.
rather than just the darkness of the inside of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we got pizza.
I remember
Yes,
that watching the live stream.
that was a fun trip.
That was
bro.
a really fun trip. Yeah. I really wanted to get together with you guys and Tanner. I was going to try it when I was in Minneapolis, but like,
You were here for like what, a day?
dude, I was in Minneapolis for 40 hours.
Why so little?
What days were you here?
I came in on Friday and I left Sunday morning.
This past weekend?
2 weekends ago.
2 weekends ago?
when I was deer hunting.
Yeah,
Oh.
you were out hunting.
I was
But
like
yeah,
5 hours away.
We were there for a wedding. Like I literally, McKay and I flew in on a Friday, got there at like 11 something, like 11:45 or something like that. And then we're out Sunday before 11. So it wasn't even 48 hours. And we were busy the entire time.
Right.
Because
Well-
originally I had Saturday open and I was going to be like, yo, boys, let's get together and do something fun. And then like a week out, they were like, nope.
We need you to grab this and do this.
No, we had pictures and stuff, but
Oh, same thing.
yeah.
You know,
so
So this wasn't like anything confirmed, but Drew and I were thinking of possibly in July going to Seattle because Grace is going to be living in Seattle starting next summer for a year. And she's like she wants to have like a big birthday party. And Lucy's family lives in Seattle.
Oh, this is kind of like a mini Empire Con.
So like we were thinking maybe now, right now as it stands, my back cannot handle a 4-hour flight. I will be dead. So like, I don't know if I can do that. I'll see how my back is, but the plan was possibly going to Seattle. So you're just a stone throws away.
I could take a train.
Can you really?
Yeah, and it's beautiful too.
How long would be the train ride up there? Cool. Like 8 hours or something like that, or probably 10 hours or something.
But I would honestly rather do a train than fly.
I mean,
I've flown. You fly once, you've flown. You've flown a bunch of times. Well, I haven't been international, so But I will say, like, huh?
You said you haven't?
No, I've never left the country.
Oh,
but yeah. So my barber, ironically, was like,
"We're still recording this, right?"
Yes.
Yeah. What is going on? This is still going to be long. Anyways, long story short, she took a train from Portland to Seattle. Different, but similar. She's like, it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. So, but maybe I can. Maybe I can come up and hang out.
But it all depends on my back.
You're carrying the whole trip on your back, Jeremiah.
Yep. It's all dependent on
literally.
Me.
Oh, boy.
All right. Well, I think that's all we have planned for tonight. So let's go over some social media and we can get out of here. So if you want to get connected to Empire Radio, go in the description below, links.co/Empire Radio, link spelled with 2 I's. Click that landing page for everything Empire Radio. So follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Link to join the Discord, link to send a voicemail. We also have a fan email. I think that's everything. Yeah. So, again, off next week. And then we'll be back in 2 weeks for top 5 Chewbacca moments. So, send in a voicemail with your top Chewbacca moments. We'd love to hear from you. Have some more interaction with the night's content. So, a lot of fun.
And join the Discord and send us pictures of your guys' food for Thanksgiving. Why not? What's your holidays tradition?
Yep.
Sick, dude. I don't know why, but I for some reason that sounded to me like, please send me pictures of your food. I want to see what you're eating.
But yeah, we do have a food channel in the Discord where you can post all your food pics. Be a lot of fun.
Cool.
All right. Anything else, boys?
That's it.
All right. You've been listening to another EU-tastic episode of Empire Radio. I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Drew.
And may the Force be with you.
Always.